And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind. So they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast.
You know, it's funny. The podcast theme was on, and I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just kind of humming along, and I was way off. Like, lyrically, I wasn't even in the ballpark.
How dare you?
I know.
Disgrace.
Happens a lot with you.
Hey.
I said that is a UFO.
I had to do that. Patrick's going to love it. So Big D and I are all about this new UFO. Have you seen it? The airline pilot UFO? No. It's a fleet of these things, and it looks like a drone fleet. It's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. It is really interesting. And then they just kind of dip into the clouds. And then some people are going, oh, no, that's not UFOs. That's lights being reflected. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Stop it.
Something is going on. I mean, Big D
said,
I sent it, and I was like, wow, look at this. Yeah, I mean, there is, if you haven't heard, Congress is working on this new defense bill. I don't know if it's passed or if it's still in the works, but they have funding requests built into this defense bill to replicate any advanced characteristics and performances of UFOs and UAPs.
Well, there
That's
you go.
built into the bill. That is
That's
basically
proof.
It is kind of confirmation that we have money built in for reverse engineering UFOs.
Yep.
That's what that says. Without saying it, that's what it says.
Let's go to Carson now with the doc. What do you think? No? Okay.
Yes. I said that is a UFO.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
In
That's what I
serious
came
and
with.
sad news, Carson is very upset because one of the monkeys died.
Yep.
Who?
Mike Nesmith.
Mike Nesmith.
No,
Yeah,
he was one of the last two, right?
Yeah, I just got the call. There's one left. So, yeah.
Are you not thrilled that you went and saw them like a week ago or a month ago or whatever it was?
Yeah, that I got to see them 3 times in October. That was part of the reason I went, was I knew Mike, there had been some decline in his health. It was very publicly known. And so, I'm glad that I went. I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad that I did all the driving to get there. It's just like, oh, man, 2021 is ripping me between Charlie Watts and Mike Nesmith. This is a rough one, man.
Yeah, man.
And Mr. Big, spoiler.
Spoiler
Oh, my
alert.
God. Like, my heart is not ready for any of
That's
this.
why
This
I'm
is
not getting on my Peloton anymore.
that thing
Wait,
is
did he die on the Peloton?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like all this.
Dude.
How does Peloton not sue?
Because they gave them permission.
Well, here's the problem. Peloton issued a statement after it. This is how big it is. Their stock dropped.
Can we start from the beginning so people even know what we're talking about? I mean, you just said Mr. Big, and
Spoiler
nobody
alert.
has a clue.
Nobody? Let me tell you, at least half the population knows Bubba. Women know who Mr. Big is.
Well, we're still leaving out half.
Yeah,
the dudes.
there's 3 of you in here, so this is the one time we get to shine. So the women, Sex in the City, Mr. Big, and Carrie it was it. That was the finally they're together and
They got married.
We went through the 2 movies, and the reboot of Sex in the City, and Just Like That premiered on HBO Max yesterday.
It's not a reboot. It's a continuation, right?
They're calling it reboot. I don't know
That's
what they're
stupid.
calling it. It's awful on so many levels, and the only thing you really had going for it was Mr. Big, and you killed him. He's riding a Peloton and has a heart attack, and Peloton responded with an official statement because their shares went down 11%. Their stock dropped over the death of Mr. Big.
They thought they were getting a cameo, like product placement.
One of their instructors was on it because he's watching the instructor and doing the ride. Yeah, they were stoked. We're going to be in the new Sex in the City.
So wait, they didn't know he was going to die?
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, man. Somebody's getting sued.
I pulled up the
They blamed his fat, basically, right? Or like he had
No.
a previous heart attack or something in the
He
show.
had heart surgery on the show because Carrie played nursemaid to him. It's a very pivotal episode in their relationship. And so we knew he had heart problems, but he really liked to eat his red meat and he smoked his cigars. And that's what Peloton tried to sell it as. Like, well, he didn't have the healthiest lifestyle. And frankly, maybe Peloton helped, increase his lifespan. He might have been dead long before our bike.
Peloton's statement says, while 25% of heart attacks each year are in patients who have already had one, like Mr. Big, even when they are very, very treatable. It's always important to talk to your doctor, get tested. The good news is Peloton helps you track your heart rate while you ride, so you can do it safely. So, okay.
Like any exercise. I mean, that's the thing. He could have been at any gym, Gold's Gym, Planet Fitness. He could have been at any gym and done the same thing, and it would have done the same thing to their stock prices.
Around. You wouldn't have been at home by yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, did I just crap on your whole idea
that's the thing.
of why this is a thing?
Also, he was Mr. Big. He was, successful New York businessman who bought and traded, I think, properties. And so, of course, he has a Peloton during the pandemic in New York City. They have a gym in their house. And because Carrie wasn't home and he has the heart attack in the shower, and that's where she finds him. And I wept like that somebody had cut off my foot.
Yeah.
I called a friend I was on the phone for 3 hours with friends of mine last night. Just crying and screaming, and the rage was real. Yeah.
Wow. Oh. First of all, I've never seen an episode of Sex in the City. I haven't either. Not a single one. I knew that there was a character called Mr. Big, and he was supposed to be with one of the women. I think the main one. I'm not sure. And that's all I knew. And so everyone's like, I can't believe Mr. Big died. And I was like, which one? The whole band? Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
Eric Martin is still with us.
This
The
is just
whole band.
awful. Heaven got a whole new group of angels tonight.
Nobody
Show me
gets
what
that
he's
joke.
Kill off
done to
Billy
you.
Sheehan?
I'm just saying.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying, y'all are all talking about Mr. Big dying, and there was a full. I really thought it was the band. I thought there was like a car crash.
You did for a while, huh?
I did for about 10 minutes.
It was a super group from the 80s and
Big,
early
man.
90s.
Yes, Eric Martin, Billy Sheehan, and others. Yeah.
And other okay, first of all, you didn't know all their names, but she knew any of their names, which was impressive.
Because I bought their first tape that included the hit "Addicted to That Rush." Yeah, you didn't know that either.
Didn't know
Okay.
that one.
That was a hit?
Yeah, huge on MTV.
I'm the one who wants
I hate that song with the white
be with you. Be with you.
Deep inside my
I'm
heart.
so sorry you died, Mr. Big. We sing this in your honor. If I was that band, if they don't make a statement today saying they're alive and well and all rumors to the contrary are false, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah. Do they have a Twitter? Do they know what Twitter is?
Hang
They're
on,
like
come on,
70,
Miss
right?
Mr. Big Twitter. I don't think they're that
I
old.
don't-
Carson
They're
popped up. I
not
don't
that
know.
old. I mean, like
Oh my gosh. So
somebody
great.
just sent me a text and said your Mike Nesmith might sell today. I have a Mike Nesmith shirt up for sale on eBay. I'm sure the vultures will come in and try to grab it.
Well, welcome the
Ghouls.
vultures. I mean,
Yep.
because you can get some money. Because that's what is that like a duplicate of one you already have?
It's just that I'm too fat for it. So I was like, I'm never gonna fit into this thing. I appreciate
Props
it.
to you for not doing what I do and just having sections in the closet where you have the fat section, the
Right.
skinny
I
section.
have a box of clothes in every size from a 34 waist or medium up to fatter than I am now. So anywhere on the spectrum, I can find clothes to work.
Yeah, you don't have to go shopping. That's why I don't
Mr.
throw that
Big
away.
Music is the Twitter, and no tweet today. Shame on you, Mr. Big.
I mean,
Shame on you.
who's running that account though?
I know.
Honestly, I love them, but who's
Who's
looking
following
for Mr.
that
Big?
account?
That's a better question.
27,000 people follow Mr. Big, the band.
That's pretty great. They were a great band, I guess.
like
I
them.
only knew that one song, the "To Be With You" song.
And what else do they have? They had
Addicted to That Rush. I love that
I'm
song
tweeting
so
right
much.
now. So sad to hear
About the passing of the
about
band.
the death.
Hi there, I'm upping my price of my Mike Nesmith shirt.
Yeah, you are.
What's it up to? What are you going to put it up to?
$38.
Started at 38. What was it at?
25.
Oh yeah, you'll easily get that
No.
today.
Well, people did that when I had Joe Diffie shirts up. They came in and swooped them. So, and again, I only had the Joe Diffie shirt up for sale because I couldn't fit in it.
So 38 for that.
Yeah, because you know what? You're going to come in.
Again, that's really sad because now you're down to one.
Yep. Mickey's still kicking. So if he tours, I'll go see him.
Is he going to be on tour like as the monkey?
That's an excellent question. They might have changed the logo if he did.
That would be a great tour. Just tour as the monkey. That'd be awesome.
Like he should. It sounds terrible, and I didn't mean it as a joke. Carson's making all these terrible faces.
It's a pretty good joke.
I didn't mean it as a joke, but it is kind of like it would be great marketing, absolutely. And he's the one. It would be like once we were down to one Beatle, you have a Beatle reunion, and it's the one Beatle.
Yeah.
So which one are you killing off?
Of the Beatles?
Yeah, you killing Ringo or Paul?
Paul.
Whoa! That is a bold claim.
What?
Wow.
I like
Over here
Ringo.
killing off Paul McCartney.
Right.
I'm partial to the drummer.
Wow. Whoa.
I love Ringo.
Huge.
He was Atuk. When I was a little kid, that was the first time my mom let me watch a show where they said the S word.
Oh.
Doo-doo, caca. No?
Remember when he did the video? They said he's not going to do
Sign anything for fans. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Wait, what was that all about?
So here's my tweet. So sad to hear about the death of Mr. Big.
I'll send it to you.
We are all big fans. Big D and I have used To Be With You as an earworm attack for over a decade. I hope their families find peace.
Did you hashtag Mr. Big?
Hashtag Mr. Big. Do I need to?
Yeah,
Is
because
a
that way
thing?
Sex in the City people will see
hashtag
it.
Mr. Big. Okay.
Yeah.
And do hashtag SATC, right?
Yeah.
S-A-T.
And what's the name of the show now?
And just like that.
I'm not
hashtag
that 'cause then it gets that I know that
AJLT.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
dude,
Mr.
nobody
Big.
cares.
I
It's
do.
still a
It's
clever
funny.
joke. And
It's a great joke.
All right.
Also, some chick had to reply on Twitter to the tweet about Mike Nesmith dying. She's like, "Oh my God!" And this is so sad because it's on the anniversary of the day Davy Jones died.
Is it on the day?
No, because she's an idiot. No, he died on February 29th, 2012.
Yes, who doesn't know that?
I mean, the point is, I do, but ma'am, she could have Google searched it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, I was like, "What do you, ma'am? Can we get Grandma off Twitter? Like, she's just out here spreading lies."
I sent you
So,
the video, Bo,
okay.
if you wanted to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it. What is this again? This
It's
is
Ringo Starr saying that he's not going to be signing autographs anymore. Peace and love. Peace and love.
This is a serious message to everybody watching my update right now. Peace and love, peace and love. I want to tell you, please, after the 20th of October, do not send fan mail to any address that you have. Nothing will be signed after the 20th of October. If that has a date on the envelope, it's going to be tossed. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do. So no more fan mail. Thank you, and no objects to be signed. Nothing. Anyway, peace and love, peace and love.
He's such a baller, man. Yeah, absolutely. I'd let Paul McCartney go. To keep that guy around?
Peace and love.
I'm so busy. I have so much. I mean, I am Ringo freaking Starr.
I can't believe you haven't seen that before.
No,
So good.
No.
So good.
Peace and love. This is a warning with peace and love.
That's it. That's my favorite one. This is a warning with peace and love.
We need to do that like right now with China and the Taiwan thing. We just need to send out a warning with peace and love.
Biden comes out. This is a warning with peace and love. Peace and love.
Oh, Lord. Peloton should get after and just like that thing and just be like, peace and love, peace and love. Maybe not.
I meant to tell you the other day I was getting gas and I was watching some guy who obviously didn't work at the gas station was going around to every pump and doing something like putting like a code in or something.
Was he doing the little secret credit card skimmer things?
I wasn't sure. I kind of thought so. Or I thought he was like just checking it. And kind of go over there and he comes over towards me. I go, "Hey, man, what's up?" He goes, "Oh, hey, man, I was just going to put this on there. I'm putting them on all of them." And it was the little sticker of Biden saying, "I did that," with the gas prices. Where he's
I must
pointing
have
at
gone
the
to the same
thing.
gas station because I had that the other day.
They put them on every
I did that.
pump.
And it pointed to the price.
Yeah, I was like, "Wow, man."
People are very clever.
You got to be.
I mean,
you got to really be. Think about it, he had to order those.
Yeah, he paid. He's so politically involved that he said, "I'm going to spend my own personal money to bash Joe Biden at the pump."
Yeah, for a joke, and he's not. I mean, I was like,
he's not going to be there to see the joke delivered.
No, it's just not. Anyway,
I don't know if there's anything I care that much about. I mean,
you know, Carson and I were talking the other day about. What was it? Something like there's nothing I can't imagine being so worked up that I would go and I forget what it was now. But
what were we talking about with that? Yeah.
There's like people who go and protest. And I was like, man, I don't mind. I don't care if you go protest, but there's not anything. I can't think of anything that I would go downtown and make a sign.
We were talking about the Free Britney thing.
Oh, yeah.
That people honestly took time out of their day to go to government buildings with hot pink poster board to say Free Britney? Come on, man.
It worked.
Did it, though? No, a documentary worked. I don't think the people...
I don't know. I think...
power to the people.
It got attention, and it... I didn't know anything about it until I saw that. I saw people yelling "Free Britney." I was like, and I had to ask you, what is that all about? That was months ago.
Leave Britney alone.
Oh, it was so much.
Remember that, dude?
Is she out on her own now?
Yeah, the conservatorship ended, was officially, I don't know, disbanded? I don't know what the right word is, but...
so she can spend her money on whatever she
wants.
Sure
can.
Good for her.
So has her money just been sitting there...
being spent by daddy?
Accruing? Is it invested, you know?
I have no idea where the money is, but I know there was concern about the way her conservator or guardianship was set up, that... The father was being automatically paid, but so was the legal team. And then when she went to go contest the conservatorship, the way things were set up, it sounds like that she then had to pay the legal defense against her. So when she went to say, hey, I want this disbanded, that the money that she was effectively paying for the counsel that was opposing her.
But moving forward, she's in charge.
Yeah, she is.
So if she wanted to do like another Vegas thing or whatever, now it's her money.
Right.
And, well, you know, good for her. I mean...
We'll see. It's the other thing. We'll see.
Isn't she kind of whacked?
She is a little whacked.
I think she kind of is, yeah.
She's a little whacked. I mean, she is.
Yeah.
So...
I saw the Instagram thing where she's like taking her clothes off. And...
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody send that to me. You sent me Ringo Starr.
Oh, but you're the one who sent that to me. You sent it to me.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, no. Probably. Sounds like what you do.
You know, something that we talked about on the show this week, which is fascinating, and I think it's super cool. Patrick just walked back into the room. The whole how artists get paid thing. I had so many people going, I never knew. I always assumed when I hear a person with a song on the radio, they're automatically rich. And that's not the case at all.
You've known better
No,
for years.
not me. I'm saying the people reaching out saying, I always assumed that, you know, if you hear a song on the radio, they're getting paid. Like, they're hooked up.
Not so much.
First of all, everything in this business is quarterly.
So you're still 90 days away at
song
best.
that's playing in January, you're not getting paid until, like, June. You know, and real. I mean, it's just everything is like.
So,
that.
like, if you're like hot right now, let's say it's the beginning of boom, you just hit. It's a Christmas song. You have the new "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Absolutely.
I'm Bubba Carey. How long before I start seeing money from this?
You might get some money next summer. Seriously, there's no money in it right now, except for
even though I'm all over the charts and I'm doing all the shows and countdowns and all that, I'm still.
That's why in Nashville there are some banks that have music industry divisions, so that they have somebody there who understands, look, I have no money, but see this song? I wrote this song, and I own 25% of the publishing, and it's number 3 right now on the charts.
I'm going to have money in 6 months.
Exactly.
Can I please have this loan?
Exactly. And they'll do that. There's whole music business division set up to deal with the
So a regular bank
structure.
wouldn't loan somebody money like that.
They
but
don't have a regular income. They don't have a job. You know, like it does. It's not. If you don't have a steady stream of income with a history of a steady stream of income, a bank's not going to lend you money. But a bank with a music industry division is going to look at your song on the chart and go, oh, yeah, okay, I see it.
So that's kind of the same way that L.A. has the actors banks, the actors entertainment divisions, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, actors do get paid differently. Yes, they make residuals and they have some stuff that comes later, but
There's usually an upfront.
There's a lot more money up front. An artist might get money as what we hear about in advance, but songwriters don't usually get a big. If they do, they get a small one. They get a stipend from their publisher, some of them. But none of that translates until later.
And the advance thing is pretty cool. Like there'll be a band you've never heard of that just got signed, and they might be making $100,000 per person in the band, and that's their salary. But it's really not. It's an advance that they have to basically pay back before they see another cent whatsoever in the future. It's kind of crazy.
A friend of mine grew up in Nashville, and she said that her art teacher in her elementary school was in the band Forerunner. They had the song Cain's Blood, which still, I love that song so much, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Cain's Blood is such a jam, right? And she said he was the art teacher while that song was huge and while the video was everywhere. And their kids going, okay, but how?
Why
how?
are you still teaching?
Because again, you think everybody just has, you think you have a song on the radio, you're rich. And whether you're a kid or an adult, if you don't know the business, that would be my thought, right? Like your song's on the radio. That guy's got to live in a mansion with Lamborghinis and trying to think of like fancy cars.
With what?
Lamborghini.
I think she was about to say Lamborghini.
I was like
Lamborghini.
I'm like Lambos, Lamborghinis. I don't know.
Porcelain.
Yeah. So I think that so many people, if you're not right adjacent to it, you just think, oh, you're famous. You have money. Fame also equates money.
The concert ticket breakdown thing that Patrick was telling us about, I didn't know any of that. I thought the artist got at least 80% of the ticket sales because it's them that people are going to see, but that's not the case at all.
Well, then again, they pay everything. See, when you're Luke Bryan, you're paying everyone. So
I'm the promoter. Here I am. Hi, I'm Bubba Promotions. Patrick is going to be my artist that I'm going to pay $100,000 to.
The promoter's the one who pays me. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to pay you $100,000 to come here. Now, I get to say how much the tickets are? Or does the artist get to say how much the tickets are?
That it depends on every deal is different. Sometimes that you can dictate. Sometimes it's a guarantee plus a percentage if it goes over a certain amount. Sometimes it's just, we're going to pay you $100,000 to show up, and we get to sell the tickets. Okay. But a lot of times with the big acts, with the Luke Bryans and stuff, they have promoters, but it's all built on a percentage, I think. And I don't know. I don't know how the details of all those deals work. I do know that if you get that $100,000, you give him $15,000 to your manager, $10,000 to your booking agent, and $5,000 to your business manager off the top.
No. Sorry.
So now you're at $70,000. You got to show up and play this gig, but you got to pay everybody in the band, front of house sound, back of house sound. You got to pay the
artist pays all these people.
Everyone,
not the promoter, not the person with the venue.
Nope.
You know what I would love to know is who gets the money from the surge ticket pricing. Because I was trying to buy concert tickets this morning, and the price jumped from $100 to $400 while I was watching it. And when you go
these
in,
aren't resale. These are
no. This is Ticketmaster, and it tells you, hey, demand affects pricing. So you may see an increase or decrease. Fun fact, never saw it decrease. But you may see an increase.
It's not a very fun fact.
It's not fun for my wallet.
My guess is thinking that that's the promoter who gets that money. And,
probably. Again,
and Ticketmaster loves it because don't they get a percentage of the ticket?
Do you remember that big controversy about Metallica, though, about doing the resale tickets? They were taking tickets, or the promoter was taking tickets and reselling them at the higher price after the concert was sold out.
Yep.
But the band was getting a percentage of that money, supposedly, allegedly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that was the thing, supposedly.
Yeah.
And
make sure you got it right.
That's the thing that makes it kind of shady is.
So if there's a split between the promoter and the band, and then if you have surge pricing.
And it's not even surge pricing. What they were doing back then was they'd say there's 10,000 tickets, and they're $100 each. So they sell out, but they held back like 1,000 tickets. And then they would resell them in the secondary market for 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever they could get. And they were taking the money from the resale and splitting it up as well. So
double dipping.
Double dipping.
Yeah.
Right.
Which then you go the totally opposite end. is Eric Church, who, when he has seen bots and scalpers go in, he has just canceled every ticket.
Well, didn't Garth used to do that? Like
Garth
he was
used to
like
make it hard to
anti-scalper and all that too.
Yeah. And he still kind of does that. You can list your tickets on StubHub, but they won't let you do it for some of them. You can't do until 24 hours before the show. That you can't transfer them over. So
it makes it hard for people to make a business out of it.
Yes.
So what is the Eric Church thing? He can cancel everybody's ticket?
He did this a number of years ago, but he had a tour and scalpers, and I guess it was probably when bots kind of first hit. And all these tickets got bought up, and they went in and somehow figured out on the back end that these were not going to real fans. They saw who had been buying them up, and he went in and just did a mass cancellation and said, nope, we're going to redo this. And I think that's a really big stance to take and a really good one. And I'm sure there were some people who had gotten great tickets, but it sounds like the majority of the people got shut out entirely. So he really super served his fans.
Wow.
What a guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a... Oh, yes. My favorite. Can we just run down some of these?
Okay.
Oh, you want to go through some of the OKs?
Yeah, like the OKs are my favorite golds.
Okay. And the golds. Here we go.
Okay.
She's great.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
That's a great one, man.
She's my favorite.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
That was a telemarketer. Or that was a
robot
robocall. And like when you would say something, it would.
Okay.
They're so much better than they used to be.
Okay.
Okay.
This is our last podcast of the year.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That was a caller.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to
Should have been
celebrate.
better.
Celebrate. How are we celebrating? What are we celebrating?
It out.
We're gonna
I don't know.
celebrate?
Celebrate a little bit.
Celebrate, see? So
what-
bring it on down.
That's what our armed services do to the
You mean
terrorists.
services?
Celebrate them.
We celebrate them.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
A little cheesy.
You like a lot of cheese.
Wow.
What's your favorite cheese, Patrick?
Oh, that's a hard choice. I do like a lot of cheese. I like Monterey Jack. And, the problem is nowadays it's hard to get Monterey Jack by itself.
Pepper Jack is
Everybody
the thing.
wants to make a pepper jack, or
Yeah.
they want to make Colby Jack.
Colby Jack.
What's the difference in pepper jack and
Peppers.
Pepper Jack
Yeah,
has
they
extra
have
peppers.
peppers in it.
Regular old-fashioned Monterey Jack cheese, man. That's legit. That's good stuff.
Monterey Jack? Okay, yeah.
And now it's Colby Jack because they want them because
Yeah, they
had
mix
a lot of
those two
extra because
together.
nobody was buying Colby cheese.
I actually
That's
like
why.
Colby cheese too. I like Munster.
too.
I like Gouda. I really, really, really like Munster. Like, I don't know why.
Shocking that we all have so many favorite cheeses. It's really
The fact that I can actually, yes, I 100% have a favorite cheese
You
that I
say
can
the
just
word.
rattle off, right?
You say the word and you can taste it. If I say Swiss cheese,
yeah.
you know.
Man, you in
and
my
I
brain.
love Swiss cheese. Plus, you can hold it up to your face and look through it. And
What is that kind of Monterey Jack? That's Monterey Jack cheese that you buy from Sam's.
Oh,
isn't
from
it?
Sam's Club,
Isn't
the
that-
Jack Snack.
Jack Snack.
Yeah, it's better
Are
than
they the creamy
the
ones?
It's better than the
it's-
baby. Than the
yeah,
little
it looks like a
Bell
Baby
cheese.
Bell, but it's better.
Are those the ones
don't
in the
have
little circle with the,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Peel the
wax?
plastic.
Oh, it doesn't
You don't
have the
peel
stupid wax
off
on it either.
On the Jack Snacks.
Nothing
It's just
beats.
in a little plastic thing. You just peel it open. Oh,
Big D knows where I'm about to go with this. Nothing beats straight off the farm cheese curds from Wisconsin. You can get them from anywhere, but they're not the same.
It's not.
Nothing beats that. When you chew it, they squeak. It's the most incredible
Yeah.
tasting cheese. I would get 2 pounds of that stuff
Yep.
and eat all 2 pounds. Just drive it across town.
Yeah. We got drunk on them one time.
I did.
I'm serious. We actually
I
got
did.
intoxicated.
The
We
alcohol
ate so much of
content is way up. It's like
Really?
it's like 2%.
no.
kidding.
Yeah. So I ate
No
2
way.
pounds
You
of it.
guys are so stupid.
Really?
I
There
said
is?
no.
Okay, well, I am extremely gullible. So
I
we
love
know.
bourbon
thank
and
you
whisk
for my
cheese.
exploitations. It's fine. It's fine.
So actually, bananas have alcohol in them. A lot of people
I'm not
don't
believing
realize
anything
that.
you say.
No, a banana has 0.05 or
does.
0.5
Not believing you,
percent
D.
alcohol.
It does.
I
Look it
am
up.
going this right now.
We're not messing with you. We don't mess around with you. We don't want to mess around with Carson.
Content
She's from Connecticut.
I'm
Can't
in
get anything by
mourning.
her. She's so smart.
in a banana.
What was your grade in school?
so smart, right? Yeah.
What were your grades in school?
A solid B.
Okay. So
I was in the exactly. And I was in the talented and gifted program in elementary
You
school.
were?
I was too.
Yeah.
Look what happened to me.
Somebody ask if it's safe for children.
What'd you do, Stu, man? Oh, you got some Patrick Punch.
Oh,
no, that's cheese.
Sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh, man. Yeah, a banana, a very ripe banana is 0.2 grams per. So it's about 2% ABV.
0.2 grams per what?
I'm saying for a banana, one banana, a ripe banana, is 0.2% ABV and up to 0.4.
Does it say that?
Yes, right here.
Okay.
The unexpected alcohol.
okay.
By volume, which
right.
is
It's
I
basically
know the difference between
it's
2%
basically
and 0.2%.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm talking because I'm clicking buttons and I'm very distracted.
You ever seen a drunk monkey?
Right here.
I have seen drunk
Right
monkeys.
here.
I have.
Food that contains alcohols. Burger rolls. 1.28%.
What's a burger roll?
Like a
It's
burger
a
bun?
hamburger bun? Why wouldn't they just call it a hamburger bun?
I don't know. Rye bread, 0.18. Banana ripe, 0.2.
Oh, I don't already like this site because they spell yogurt funny.
Well, it's probably British.
They put an H in it.
No.
Who put the
No, British people don't even spell yogurt.
Yogurt.
It's yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah, I don't know who spells it that way, but I don't trust this
Cherry
site.
yogurt is 0.2.
You got to put extra letters in your
Or, I'm
words.
sorry, 0.02. A ripe pear.
Ye old yogurt shop.
So think about this. What is it? An O'Doul's has the same alcohol as a very ripe banana with some dark bits on it.
All right.
Who knew? You can
did.
get
You
not
knew.
drunk off of bananas.
Actually, Bubba, next year is your year.
Why is
because
that?
one of the big food trends is non-alcoholic beverages.
I love non-alcohol.
They said that it's
I drink-
going to be such a moment for 2022.
So I drink a lot of that stuff because when I'm wanting to run calls for the fire department, it's
Wait, are you a firefighter?
No,
What's the time frame? Is it 8?
8 hours, bottle to throttle. Like same thing as pilots. It's the same rule.
I've
It's
never
8
heard that
hours.
before.
Oh no, that's
Bottle
a
to
pilot
Bottle
thing.
to throttle.
Bottle to
Okay.
throttle.
8 hours, bottle to throttle. You cannot touch the throttle unless 8 hours has passed. But yeah, so
fan.
it's the same thing. But I drink, and I'll tell you which one is so good. I just found it. It's been out for a while, but I just discovered it myself. The Sam Adams IPA. It's called Just the Haze. If you like a hazy IPA, which is like a fruity IPA, it's fantastic. It's by far, you think you're sitting there drinking a beer. I'll tell you my faves. I like that one. I like the O'Doul's Amber because that kind of tastes like an amber beer. It's not bad. It's a little light, but still good. But that Sam Adams IPA, if you're into IPAs, definitely worth looking into. And there's another one. It's not Beck's. It's some weird one, but it tastes like a Peroni.
It's fascinating to me that people drink alcohol for the taste. That
I do.
somebody like you would like non-alcoholic because you like the taste that much.
I
can't.
love, especially on a hot day, I love having a beer. I just do. I've always been that way. I've never had, and this is the interesting thing, I've never been one. I mean, I don't drink to get drunk. I don't. Big D, how often have you seen me in forever of knowing me, 20-something years, how often have you seen me actually drunk?
Hundreds of times.
No, really though.
I mean, that morning you
Handful-
passed out on the board.
No, that was one time.
That was just from, that might have been. I don't know. Yeah, not very.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, but I'll
maybe
have
never.
beer. I'll have beer, or I'll have a wine or whatever. I just don't drink
Yeah.
to get drunk. I actually enjoy the taste of alcohol, and for me, it's a way to enjoy that taste and still be able to function when I need to function.
Are there any caloric benefits to drinking non-alcoholic
Yeah,
beer? Is it okay?
there's that Budweiser. I think it's Bud Zero. Is like 50,
Patrick says no.
No.
No, the Bud Zero is like 50 calories, and that's actually not a bad. It tastes like a light beer, and that one is 50 calories. I mean, that's pretty great.
Water, 0 calories.
But water tastes
Also,
like water.
non-alcoholic.
Water tastes like water. If you want to enjoy the beer flavor,
What? I never understood people who drink
So, I will-
beer for the flavor.
See, and
oh,
I
that-
do.
and
oh,
that's-
it's that non-alcoholic beer. So I
I'm
can
on
get
that
my
team.
beer
I'm on
fix.
that side of it that I can't.
Okay, let's say you're a pregnant lady and your doctor says you can't, and you just really want a beer.
But that's the point that I'm saying. I don't understand the mentality of just really wanting the taste of beer.
Okay,
Because
let's-
I don't.
Social drinkers.
doesn't-
Let's put ourselves into a social situation. There's something about holding a can
please
or a
say-
glass or
say
whatever.
Say social.
Social drinkers.
Thank you.
Social drinkers. There's something about holding a can or a glass of something. And can I stop now?
I hope you don't.
But there's something about, you
Sure,
have
sure.
something in your hand. It's almost like a focal point. And, like I'm holding a candle right now, like I'm holding a drink. And it's very comfortable.
You do the same thing by just putting your hand down your pants.
But I'd have nothing to hold.
Oh, boy.
Hey, yo.
I went there before you did.
Heyo.
But yeah, so for social situations, you can actually have a beer with everybody else.
I just get a Diet Coke in a glass.
I-
when I'm at a bar.
I started
works.
looking
Yeah.
for what is it? The fake bourbon as well.
Oh, they make that?
Yeah, and it was
Oh,
kind
I
of a
want
fail.
Patrick to taste test that
Oh,
stuff.
he did.
Oh,
he
you
did.
did?
It
Okay.
tasted
So
like
stupid.
yeah. They haven't gotten there yet, but I think in
But
time
you talk
they
about how
will.
you've never seen Bubba drunk. You've never seen me drunk.
I've seen you
we
drunk.
have.
We've
Man,
heard
no,
it.
I mean once or
We-
twice.
we
but
have
I mean,
seen you
I've
drunk
called
often.
that morning we called you in Jamaica.
I was hungover, not drunk.
Oh, wow.
I might have
You were
been
still
a little-
drunk.
No,
if you're
you were-
hungover, you're actually
You
still
were
drunk usually.
Whack.
By the way, we saw you drunk in front of the colonel, the base commandant. Remember that?
forgot about
when
that.
we pull up to the barracks. We're doing the USO tour, and Patrick's going to get out of the van, and the door opens up. It was a sliding door on like a little Mitsubishi van, and it's like not the ones we have here. They're smaller in Japan. And the door opens, and Patrick pops out like a can of biscuits. It's like. Poof. And he just rolls out and flops out on the ground and scratches his hand. And was Teoko was her name? Or Keoko. Keoko was our interpreter.
Boy, Adam, I'm not even sure.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
close.
You got me, too.
Keoko was.
Wow,
It was.
okay.
Dude, whenever I do it, it's right. So Keoko was like, "Oh, you got a little scratch. Oh, poor baby." She was making fun of Patrick, and he's like,
I had a piece
"It
of the gravel
hurts."
of the whatever it's called stuck in my wrist for like several days. It was
She was
actually after we
adorable.
got back that I went, "Oh my God, that's a piece of the gravel."
He
Wow.
smuggled it in. No, it was great because imagine the most stereotypical accent of somebody who would be a Japanese interpreter, and her making fun of Patrick with a scratch. Oh, poor baby! I was
Wow.
dying.
It was pretty great.
It was so awesome, and like the colonel is just looking at Patrick flop onto the ground.
I was
and he's like,
plastered.
But you
Let me
guys
tell
have
you-
never seen me drunk.
I said not that often. It's not like I got drunk in the studio, but no, I forgot about the USO tour. Man, you know who can drink and encourage other people to drink?
Marines.
Holy crap! I have never seen anything like that.
Did you ever drink anything out of the snake?
I did not
bar
drink the
jar?
snake. It's like I have a picture of it somewhere on my Instagram. It's like a alcohol with a freaking snake in it. And not like a little, like
No, it's
like
a big old
poisonous
full-on,
Yeah, it's
snake.
some- it's like-
full-length snake.
yeah.
Just curled up at the bottom, just sitting
And
in
with
it.
its mouth open, with its fangs exposed.
And it has
Like-
some sort of like saying or something on the like it's Marine Corps.
So they all,
or something.
it's like their thing. It's like, they're going to drink the snake whiskey or whatever it is.
And that's supposed to be like
there's little-
make you more of a man.
There's
Yeah.
little bits of snake
skin
that has broken
What'd you find?
off.
Oh, we get it. Hey, turn your. It's getting glares. My point.
Getting a glare.
Yeah, 'cause
If you're watching on
holding
the
it up to a light.
on the
Oh, it has a glare on it.
YouTube,
on the
you'll
picture,
be able to see
so
it.
that might be what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh
Makes
my
it pretty good.
gosh.
Yeah, it's just a snake in this thing, and
Snake.
And I wouldn't mind the alcohol part of it. It was the little bits of snake that was just floating
Gross.
around.
So
they
gross.
give it. How like somebody gives you a drink and you look at it and it's got little bits of stuff from the glass not being cleaned. It's like that, but on a whole
yeah.
different level.
oof. Yeesh.
It's like if
Yeah.
my
It's
kids
like
did.
getting communion at Catholic church.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I got that.
That's a good one.
That's- Oh, and look, it's got the shot glass on a ladle attached to it, so you can get in there and scoop your shot on it.
Really get deep in that.
Nope.
Apparently, what they would do is they would get drunk, and whoever got the drunkest, they would dare them to drink the snake liquor.
And it was really just formaldehyde. They would just like give them formaldehyde, and they'd be like, "Here you go."
Yeesh.
They told us that
it's sake. Actually, is in the.
The Marines they drink on base because they couldn't go out drinking anymore because Marines going drinking.
Oh, in the town,
in the town, a little Japanese. That's right outside of at the base of Mount Fuji, and I was like, wow, I bet that was a fun story. And CO was like, oh yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something else.
Good times.
So they got to drink. Gonna drink at home now.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget stopping at the very first gas station or truck stop.
You have never seen truck stops like you see in Japan. Now you might say, "Oh no, well Buc-ee's." It's not the same.
No, it was the size of a Buc-ee's.
It was the size of a Buc-ee's, but not all the pumps.
That's a good. That's actually
good. Buc-ee's actually reminds me of like when you go inside. It reminds me of the Japanese thing, except it's just different. Like the Japanese thing was set up as
Japanese.
No, like Buc-ee's is wide open.
It's an excellent point, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you.
No, Buc-ee's is wide open and it looks like a department store almost.
This place was long. It was almost like a mall.
Yeah, very mallish.
Everything is broken into little shops.
I just remember what I remember most, aside from the experience of the store, is D and I bought like 15 or 16 different things.
Oh,
and then got back on the bus and it was like, all right, we bought 2 of all of these things so we could try this time we would sit and go, oh, okay, no, that has some kind of seaweed in it. No. And then we try the next one and go, what is this? I'm not sure. It's possum sausage.
Dude, they had the most unbelievable beer selection there too. Like you go into the 7-Eleven and you walk into the beer. It would be, how like we have the cases. Imagine the entire rim of the building being a case. And they had more beer with like crazy flavors. And, you want pineapple beer. You want jalapeno beer. You want habanero beer. You want this. They had it all. And it was the kookiest thing. You had like eel flavored beer. I mean, you name the kookiest thing you could think of. And they had a flavor beer of that. And it was cool. And I also loved the fact that they didn't have garbage cans. Like, you're out and you're having your beer and you're like, I got to throw this away. There's no garbage cans anywhere because people carried their own bags to clean up after themselves. God, that's a lesson we could learn in America.
So clean.
Clean up after yourself. You are responsible for you and your own mess.
Yep.
Personal responsibility.
Nobody's been personally responsible for anything in this country in 50 years.
And that is part of the problem. And I that was the one thing I was like, man, Japan is doing this one right. The fact that there were signs, like there were garbage cans for like a business, but there were signs saying in English because Americans were the only ones who would go and do it. There were signs in English saying, don't basically do this or you will be assaulted. Or like, it was like, do not. It is against the law to use our trash bins or whatever. It was crazy.
There was one of the trash cans that actually had a sign on it, and it was really funny. It was like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was basically like, hey, don't use our trash can. And that's all I got. There we go.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sounded
really good.
Let's go to Patrick.
I was hoping Bubba remembered it.
Dead ends. Patrick.
Thank you.
Man, Patrick makes everything awkward.
That's not true. It's only true sometimes.
All right. Let's go to Patrick with Fell Off the Cliff. Patrick. All right. Hey, Bubba, real quick before we wrap this up, I'm thinking about getting the Home Pod Mini.
What is the HomePod?
It's a speaker made by Apple.
No.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
No.
I knew.
You're talking about like an Alexa? It's the Apple Alexa? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I was hoping.
Is it a smart speaker?
It is a smart speaker.
I don't want that.
But even if I don't.